Hello, welcome back, Spiffers. It's good to see all of you. It's me again, Jamie Woodhouse from SaaS Educators. Excited for the 5-minute Salesforce Spiff tip of the week this week. This one will definitely keep short and sweet. I was trying to think the last few weeks, we've been focusing on statement design and how it interacts with Spiff Designer. And I was brainstorming to see if there was other pieces that I might have missed, little tips to kind of round out the statement design portion of these videos. And there's one last thing. Doesn't get used very often, but if you do find yourself building a from a worksheet calculation, so it's a summary calculation or a lump sum rule that we call it sometimes. Is there a way to get more information on the statement? Because when you first start, it just shows up the commission since it's one summary level, just lump sum, and it gives you a key metrics and data section where you can add some other summary calculations like you've seen in previous videos. Even though we did that with a datasheet rule, the key metrics and data comes from worksheet calculations, so you can definitely add more of those. But what about if you have details that you want to give on more of an opportunity by opportunity basis or deal by deal basis at your when you're doing a worksheet rule or you're building from a worksheet calculation because you don't have the line by line breakdown as far as per deal commissions, but you still want to give them the details of maybe some deals that they closed this previous period or this period or during the quarter, just to give them some more context of things so that they have more information at their fingertips. Well, you can actually do that. So let's see how that works today. Should be pretty short and sweet. All right. So we're back in our Spiff system where we just logged in. I'm back to October, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at Ava Sasna's YouTube example plan so that we can see. So this deal percent ARR was the one that we've been doing most of our examples with, but that was a datasheet driven payout rule, or a line by line rule is what we like to call it sometimes, where we've got our commission breakdown for each line or each opportunity that they got a commission breakdown of. But let's say that we've got another option or another rule that we don't actually do any calculations per opportunity. It's just a lump sum rule, like this lump sum 2 example. We created this a while ago. There's a link in the description of the video of where we actually created this example. But to give you a little refresher, I'm going to right click and open Designer in a new tab so that I can go back and forth between these two. So under our YouTube example plan, I've got my lump sum 2 example, and this was my example that just took our commission and it just counted how many deals were closed in the period by the rep and the actual commission. We're paying them $100 per deal that they closed. And so just kind of a lump sum thing. We could have actually built this line by line if we wanted to, because it's $100 per deal. That probably would have been a better way to build it. But we were just kind of playing around and showing some different examples. So let's say that now, okay, I've got my lump sum 2 example, and all I get is this $1,200. Let's match this up so that I'm looking at the right number. So I'm switching this to October. So we've got $1,200, but I want some more information on there. It would actually be nice, since they know the count, to maybe add the details of the deals that they actually closed. So let's go ahead and do that. We can go and click into edit so that we're into edit mode, and notice something that's different. with lump sums or worksheet calculation driven payout rules is we still have the edit metrics section that we have with our datasheet um, payout rules so that we can add things like, just for fun, let's go ahead and add um, the count. Yeah, it's right here. So we've got the count closed by rep in period and maybe the total ARR in the period. All right, so we can add a couple of things that are in here that might be helpful for them to be able to see that. Actually, I could go ahead and actually give them the commission amount as well. So let's add that. Lump sum example 2 commission amount, just so that they can see kind of how this is calculated. Of course, I'd want to clean up how these are displayed, but I'm not going to take the time to do that. We've done that a couple of times in the previous videos. Really what I want to focus on is this section down here where it says add tabs. If you're doing a lump sum rule or a worksheet calculation based payout rule, it gives you an option to give line by line details, even though they're not part of the calculation. It's just for visibility, just so that they can view information if you think it would be helpful. If you want some more information, so that it just looks a little bit better, gives them more information that might be helpful for them at their fingertips. So let's say, for example, I want to give them a list of every deal that they closed, this count of 12. I want to list out the deals that they actually closed. Well, since this count is using the closed by rep in period filter, the data filter, and it's just counting everything that's coming back in that data filter, the tabs are displayed by data filters. So I can actually add that same data filter. So I've got my closed by rep in period. I can search it up here if I've got a lot. I don't have a lot in my system. So I can go ahead and just add that in here and click on apply. And it will go ahead now and give me the information that I can start editing and playing around with, just like I would a datasheet based rule. I can go and click on edit columns. I can get my deal name, my ARR, my close date, really everything just like I had in my datasheet rules. Oops, I forgot to turn off my sync record. And I'll do the ARR at the end. The only difference is that since I'm not paying a commission per opportunity or per deal, I'm just not going to have that end commission line. I can add whatever other data that's syncing over or any other calculations that I've created just for visibility and transparency's sake. But it just doesn't have a commission because that's not part of how we created this calculation. But if I wanted to go ahead and add another tab where I wanted to show everything closed in the quarter, I could do the same thing so that they actually have closed by rep in the quarter. I can go and edit my columns here, do the same thing, deal name, close date, and ARR. And this will just show them everything on a quarterly basis. And so when I'm in October, it'll show October's. Let me go ahead and close this in my edit mode. And if I go to November, and I scroll down and I find my lump sum 2 example, I can see that when I'm in November, it gives me the period deals. Ava closed 6 deals in November. But also if I look at my closed by rep in quarter, then it should allow me to kind of switch between those two. All right. Let me change my close date to sort it ascending. and to be able to see those. I'm not sure why it's not kind of switching back and forth. It's having a fun time here. But that's exactly how those tabs should work, is to be able to show that. Again, not exactly sure. Maybe I just need to recalculate and refresh to get it back to where that it needs to be. But I could troubleshoot that a little bit more. Maybe my closed by rep and quarter tab is not working correctly, but you get the idea that it should work, and you can have multiple tabs based off of what data filters you want to add to be able to do that. And that's one nice thing that you can do that's a little different than a datasheet based payout rule. With a worksheet based payout rule, you can actually add multiple data filters if you want to give them more data information like that. All right. I honestly don't know how much that's used in real life. I wasn't in implementations a lot. I would just kind of work through and do initial training, so we wouldn't really cover this in the initial training. But I have seen systems where I've seen payout rules that actually have multiple tabs displayed. So just wanted to make sure that you saw how to be able to do that and the reasoning why behind that. All right. Hopefully that one was short and sweet today. It was great seeing you all. Hope you're enjoying 2026. Can't believe it's February already. Lastly, but again, not least, come and join me. Spring is right around the corner. I'm going to be in San Francisco in March, and come to one of my seminars. I've got a 2-day seminar now. It's a Thursday and a Friday. Let me know. Go to saaseducators.com. The link is in the description. You'll be able to see the dates and the times that I'm coming to different cities around the country. Let me know if those dates work or don't work. If you'd like to see me in a different location that I'm not at, give me feedback. There's a form at the bottom of the website that you can fill out just to tell me where you're at and where you want me to come. But seating is limited, and spots are filling up. So come and join me in San Francisco in about a month. I think it's the middle of March is when I'm coming there. We've got early bird pricing right now to where it's $500 off the normal price. So it's $14.99 to come to the 2-day seminar right now. And that early day pricing will end in a couple of weeks. I turn that off, and the early bird pricing discontinues a month out from those seminars. So hurry and get those prices while they last, as that will be going back to the full price of $19.99 here in a couple of weeks. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Again, continue to let me know if there's topics that I haven't hit on that you'd like to learn more about, and I'll see what I can do to put it together. Have a great week, Spiffers. We'll see you.